And so we had to figure out a way, how do you support the patient's circulation while not having the heart do any of the work? And so that was the development of what we call today the heart-lung machine. Dr. Nelson, at his time when he was up in Minnesota, worked with John Kirkland and Walt Lillihei, and these people were at the forefront of the technology.
When he came into medical school, he would have been told that the heart is an organ that you don't touch. But I think he just recognized that there's problems here. This is what we need. I'm going to do what I need to do to help move the field forward.
He laid it upon himself as a challenge in the attempt to try to help others that had sufferable disease that could not otherwise be fixed. It turns out that when he came back to Utah in the 50s and did this operation in 1956, Utah was just really the third state in the country to do open heart surgery. It had such a huge impact. Somebody could get a heart valve replaced rather than die, or a child that would otherwise die because they couldn't get blood flow through the lungs was able to get an operation that allowed them to live. These are pretty profound things that happen. He was a part of that history of what we all today just take for absolute granted. The thing that Dr. Nelson is most noted for within the academic environment is the fact that he was the program director of the training program for future heart surgeons.
He loved to teach, and he just had a unique skill at it.
I've heard many people say that it was a different feeling in his operating room. He never was degrading, but wanted everyone to know that they added an important part.
For a young resident, it was a very tense time coming into the operating room and knowing how high the stakes were if you made a mistake. But Dr. Nelson had a way of just calming you down. And
he held multiple national positions, and he was right there in that group that were doing every day something that was moving the needle that we cannot even come close to moving right now.
I'm very grateful for the privilege it's been to be one who could make a contribution in medicine.
True, he was a great scientist, a phenomenal clinician, but he always carried with him that aura of being a man who really had faith.
The Dr. Nelson piece, we actually don't separate from the President Nelson piece because we think that the two are pretty close together.